We are so close to Mawika's release. So now, which Archon should we pull? Should we save for Mawika or we should just pull for the Archon? Because Archons will get rerun soon and you have to choose one Archon to get. Because now we have Hydro Dragon and Zhongli that is Geo Archon and the best shielder. And the next one is Venti after these two. You should really know and decide which Archon you want to get. And I'm here to tell you which one can be better for you. If you just not played with them or didn't see any gameplay or anything about them, I will tell you which one is better. Let's just start with the Archons we have, and I will not say anything about Mawikas and Ritza because we don't have any good information about them. So let's just stick with the Archon we have. First of all, we have Venti, next Zhongli, then Raiden and Nahida and Furina, and now Mawika. And right now we have 5 good Archons released. So let's just start with the Archons we have. First of all, we had Venti that starts with 1.0, which means he was the first Archon that released in Genshin Impact, and he's so good at this start. And dude, his burst is still so much good, so much better than Kazuha, Sucrose, or any animal character. Venti's burst is still so much better than all animal characters for crowd control. And yes, you can still use his burst. People know Venti as God of Freedom. And dude, once he released, he was so good for Explorer and even for fighting. And he's about 2700 years old. And he's a support character for now in Genshin Impact. And his damage is good, but not that much to be a DPS, but he's surely a sub DPS. Still, most of the people liking him and like to pull for his C6 R5. So he's still worthy to be pulled in the banner. But if you don't need a crowd control or damage dealer for Anemo, you don't have any other reason to pull for him unless you like him and want him to be on your account. The second Archon released is Zhongli. He also known by so many names like God of Contracts, Rex Lapis, and other names I don't remember right now. But he's the oldest person in all Tibet for now, about 5 or 6,000 years old. This is so insane. Zhongli also known as the best shielder in Genshin Impact, and some people built him as a physical DPS, and also his shield was unbreakable before World Level 9 and Natlan local legends came out, but he's still so good in the abyss. Even normal tasks you are doing in daily commissions and other things, and I know that most of the people are playing this game. About 70% of all players have Zhongli on their account, so he's so much useful, and I suggest you to get him because he's still so much good. And I have another reason for you to pull for him. Since we don't have any 5-star weapon for him that have HP more than 50%, he still have potential to be better shielder. So if we get a 5-star weapon with more than 50% HP on it, Zhongli will get a better and stronger shield. So we are using a 3-star weapon on him, most of the people I mean, and he will be there in about 2 weeks. So prepare your wishes if you want to get him. And the next Archon is Raiden. Raiden known as God of Eternity, and she's now a electro DPS that can be used as a sub DPS too, and even an off-field DPS as well. So much players like her, and so many people C6 are 5ing her. And dude, her constellations are so good, like Constellation 2. Ignores 60% of the opponent's defense, like a Giga Chat. They forget to write. I think why the fans of Raiden and Zhongli is arguing about them all the time. Please, be nice to each other and don't argue about which one is better or which one is worse, because these two are so different. So just don't compare them. Just so you know, she's about 2800 years old, and she's a good character for the Abyss too. Like, her national team is still one of the good teams for the Abyss, so she's not that bad still after all these years, and you can pull if you like her. And now we are reaching to Nahida. Nahida known as God of Wisdom, and the cutest Archon we had in game for now. And she's young between all the Archons, and she is 500 years old. She's a off-field DPS, support, and buffer, maybe more, and she's the best Dendro applicator in Genshin Impact so far. Go for her if you want a good Dendro application. She was the most used character in the Abyss for some patches like Hyper Bloom, or even Burning Reaction. And dude, Nahida have the best team in Dendro with Alhaitham, so you have to get her if you want to make a team with Alhaitham. Moving to the next one, we have Furina here. Furina, known as the God of Justice. Yes, so much justice. Anyways, she's a support and damage dealer with her 2 kits. She's the first character that have 2 kits for a character, which means that she have 2 gameplays and you can switch between them, and it's so much good, and Furina was the first one. Well, if you just hold her charge attack, she will change her appearance, kinda like her clothing and hairstyle, and she will just switch between the healer and damage dealer. So both of them are good, and she can deal damage, she can heal, and she can buff your characters. So if you use her burst, she will just buff your characters based on the HP decrease or increase after using her ultimate. So you have to heal. So after you just use her burst, you have to just lose HP and gain HP, and after that you will get buff, and it will just goes up by the amount of decrease and increase of healing. These 2 gameplays are so different. Like while you are on first kit, she will just summon puppets and they will deal damage, and after you switch, she will just take all the 3 puppets into one, and that one puppet will heal your active character, and it will work on co-op. And she's the only character that can walk on water without limit, and she's working based on her HP, so you have to just build her full HP. But she is the most popular Archon and most favorite Archon between all players, and she's a must pull in your account, and you have to pull for her, in my opinion at least. So don't skip her if you saw her on the banner. And she's 500 years old, like Nahida. I know some people might comment that Furina is not the Archon, Villette is the Archon, and this kind of stuff. Guys, her kit is Archon, so I don't know anything about the story. She's Archon, she's not anything else. I don't mind. Just saying that her kit is the Archon kit. Believe it or not, the character we have called Furina is the Hydro Archon right now. I hope you get all the information you needed about Archons in this video. Sorry about that, I didn't talk about Maweka because I don't have good informations about her, and we have to wait a little bit more. And guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like it. If you got any questions or anything about my content, don't hesitate to ask or say, because I will answer and I will respect your opinion. And see you all around.